hitting post over here? It's dangerous.
Yeah, please don't take a shot, Mr. Taylor.
The budget that we put together was balanced from an operational standpoint, meaning that the new revenues coming in this year equal the new expenses. That's why it doesn't use any of the fund balance. The fund balance is preserved from beginning to end. I don't know if that helps, but
no, it doesn't address my question, which is if the money is already accounted for in the budget, all 16 million or whatever that number is, I understand that's an estimate.
Well, that's not the budget. That's the fund balance that's left over after the budget.
Well, as the city manager just told me that all 16 million is budgeted. Is that true or false?
It's accounted for. It's not budgeted. It's not an appropriation. It is the ending balance after all the appropriations. It's a balance sheet item. It's a carry forward from year to year.
No, it isn't the budget. It isn't balance after the appropriations.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. We started the year off and we end the year with the same number because the budget is balanced. We're bringing in just enough new revenue to pay what we're going to spend. It's like your checkbook balance. Starts the year with $1,000 in it. Your revenue and your expenses equal. It ends the year with $1,000.
Okay, and in our budget,
it's the same concept.
And in our budget, the whole thing about the budget is we have a whole bunch of line items that allocate that 16 million or whatever it is to different matters.
That 16 million is not being touched. It is the balance we started the year with that balance. Think of it like your checkbook.
No, let's think of it like the budget that we approved last year.
But it's the same concept. You started the year off with $1,000 in fund balance. You're going to collect $10,000 in revenue. You're going to spend $10,000. You're going to end the year with $1,000 in fund balance.
When we approved the budget, didn't we approve how we were going to spend the revenue of this city for the coming year?
Correct. That's not fund balance.
Okay. Now, the fund balance should be equal. If it's balanced, the fund balance should be equal to what we budgeted to spend, right?
Not correct. Sorry.
It's everything else left over. How about that?
But that's not what it is. We know that isn't.
I'm not helping the matter. In the accounting world, we're mixing up a balance sheet item with an expense item. I don't know a better way to explain it other than you start the year with $1,000 in your bank account. You bring in $10,000 in new revenue. You spend $10,000. You end the year with that same $1,000 you started out with.
But that's not what I'm talking about. In our yearly budget, we approved particular line items, didn't we, in the budget you presented us?
That is correct.
And we approved it, and we agreed to spend money in certain ways for certain things in certain amounts, didn't we?
Correct.
Okay, now, in this resolution you have here, amending the budget, changing how we're going to spend money, you're changing something in there, aren't you?
It's new spending above and beyond what was originally approved.
Okay, good.
It's not just a change, it's new spending, and that will dip into fund balance.
Now we're getting somewhere. Thank you.
Okay.
So, are you telling us that we're now increasing the amount we're going to spend this year by these amounts?
That is correct.
We're not shifting it from previously budgeted items to something new, are we?
That is correct. It's not moving from one line item to another. This is new spending.
Okay.
That's why it comes out of fund balance.
Okay, now, the agenda item, though, is misleading because it doesn't tell us when we raise the amount of spending that we're going to do where that money is coming from. It just says, like you were trying to tell me earlier, we're just reaching into our checking account and pulling out cash.
It says that the source of funds is fund balance. That's where the money's coming from.
Yeah, no, the money didn't come from the checking account. The money come from our hardworking taxpayers that paid a certain tax level that we approved.
I can't get in that debate, but I'm just saying.
No, it's not a debate, sir. I'm telling you what your job is, okay? And what we have here is a situation where you told us at the beginning, and the city manager appears to have indicated, that the budget was balanced. Now we're spending more. And my question is, well, if revenues equaled spending at the beginning, which is what a balanced budget means, and now we're spending more, according to this amendment to the budget, where's the extra revenue coming from that's going into their fund
There is
balance?
no extra revenue. That's
Thank
why
you.
it's coming out
That's
of
what
fund
I wanted
balance.
to find out. Thank you, Mr. Klein.
Okay.
That's all.
Is that it? Okay. The motion was made and properly seconded. If you call the roll, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Denizak?
Yes.
Commissioner Diet?
Yes.
Commissioner Zishkov?
No.
Vice Mayor McFall-Conti?
Yes.
Mayor Mulder?
Yes. Motion carries with the exception of Commissioner Zishkov. Item B is consideration of interlocal agreement with Volusia County, City of DeLand, and Orange City. Someone like to make a motion here?
I move to authorize the city manager to execute the agreement between the suppliers to contract with the consultant to evaluate the groundwater model provided by the St. John's River Water Management District and to study the alternative water sources to meet future needs. Second.
Motion was made by Commissioner Denizak and properly seconded by Commissioner Diet. If you'll call the roll, please.
Commissioner Carmelingo?
Yes.
Commissioner Denizak?
Yes.
Commissioner Diet?
Yes.
Commissioner Zishkov?
No.
Vice Mayor McFall-Conti?
Yes.
Mayor Mulder?
Yes. Motion carries with the exception of Commissioner Zishkov. If we could, Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Would you mind making a motion that we bypass commission comments tonight? There seems to be some disagreement.
I'll make a motion to send city commission comments for tonight.
Motion made and properly seconded. Those in favor?
Wait, discussion, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, okay, sure.
This is not a procedural motion. The discussion is that the mayor seems to be all about shutting down free speech. First it's the audience, and now it's the commission, and that's not right either.
Is that it?
Isn't that enough? I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I'll keep talking if you like.
Any,